Hey everybody, I wanted to quickly show what's my 26 journal setup. As you can see, there are two books here. This one I've already done a video about. I'm going to link it in the description. And this is my work planner. There's another tiny book in here which I want to talk about and just walk through my entire planner lineup for this year. So if you're interested to know more, please continue watching. I've already done a video on this and I don't want to go through the entire setup again. A few things have changed, like I've added this charm to it, which I received in my birthday stationery advent calendar from my husband. And there are some small changes which I can quickly go through. This post-its, it's just from Miniso. I've clubbed a bunch of them. I like the size, I like the colors, they kind of match with my vibe, and I've just made holes and added it to the planner. The rest mainly stays the same. There's a planner section and then other section for notes, shopping, finances, life, meals. And what I've done differently is I've added a few trackers, like this reading tracker, favorite memories. I really like logging these for the entire year. It gives me so much joy, and for the last year I didn't really have it. So I definitely wanted to include it this year. And one for my business, I've launched a new sticker business, which I'm very excited about. So any ideas, planning related to that, I'm gonna add it here under this tab. And then stickers and more stickers. So mainly everything stayed the same. What has changed is this. So the addition to this Filofax is this pocket planner by Alicia Souza. I got this a few years ago when I was gifting a friend a planner, and this came as a freebie. It's undated, so I haven't used it until now. And this year I decided that I want to use it just as a form of content planning. Here's the book. I put my sticker, and then there's not a lot of frills and artwork to this planner. It's her generic version which she had launched with the undated set. So I think her newer planners, the pocket planner, especially the one I saw this year, has a lot more going on, and that looks really cute, honestly. The good part about this is if you're not like a planner person and if you want to just get into it, it offers just enough space for you to do planning. So this is what I'm going to use it for, just to plan some content pieces across my YouTube and Instagram channels, and also maybe use it for some business related stuff, as it's a very simple layout, as you can see. Just the month grid, and then you can write down some projects, important dates, whatever have you. And there's like 2 pages per month, so that's plenty if you don't really have a lot to write, and I don't in this context. For content planning, there's not much that I need. I just wanted a grid view of the month so I can note down what it is that I want to create. And after every 3 months, there's a kind of divider page with a cute artwork, and then it goes back into the same monthly format. So that's why I said this is a pretty old style what she had released previously. The ones that have been released in the last couple of years are definitely, they look better, they have a lot more different pages, and even the artwork on it is like much better than this. So if you're using one of them, you'll know the difference. And if it is something that you're interested in, I think it's a good way to get started. You can see the pocket book is super thin, it's very tiny, it fits in this Filofax, which is again pretty tiny in itself, and that's how I'm planning to use it. So this is going to be, I'm not going to consider it an extra planner, just like an extra notebook for me to plan. And it's so slim that anybody can use it, and it's really good for on the go. That's how she sells it, as like an addition to your main planner. You can just put this in your bag and travel with it to work or wherever. But I'm going to be using this as like a content planning, business planning thing, and I'll let you know how that goes in a few months. Maybe end of March I could do another update. And that's it. Yeah, so this planner kind of goes in here, right? And then you can just close it. So even with that planner, it's not really very chunky. I don't plan on decorating that a lot. I mean, I always say that. And I changed my mind, but this time it's going to be very basic. Just I'm going to write things in it and look at it when I need to. So yeah, this is my first primary planner, which has this plus the pocket planner, and I love how compact it is. It's not thick at all, even though I've stuffed it with so many things. They still like it's still very portable, and this is a sticker a friend gave me. I absolutely love it, an orange kitty, and I put this on the back just to give it a pop of color. So the second planner that you saw, I have shown it before on my channel, but I've never really used it properly. I got this I think in 22 or 23. I really liked the leather aspect of it, and it has this extra pocket. It was just like a really cute type of journal. I never had this traveler's notebook kind of setup. I think that's from where it's inspired. There's this company, Traveler's Company, if you're in the journaling space, you know about it. And they do these kind of leather covers, and you just have notebooks as inserts, which I'm going to show you. And that keeps changing while your cover stays the same. It kind of is like the Filofax system. Basically, you swap in notebooks, not pages, and you have one or two, couple of covers. You can just use one for the rest of your life. Nothing's going to happen to it, and you don't have to keep buying like an entire notebook. You just need to buy the inserts. It works pretty well. I never got to using it for various reasons, and it just kind of sat as one of the things I had. I tried to repurpose it in different ways, made it as a wallet, made it as a travel notebook, but it just never stuck because I was probably overloaded with already too many planning things. But this year I decided that I do want to use it, and I wanted to use it for my work planner. This is a cute charm I got from Thailand, and I put it here. This has my name engraved on it. You can get that. I'll link the company down. It's from the Black Canvas. They do a pretty good job. I've had it for so many years without any issues. That's enough of an introduction to the brand and to this journaling system. Okay, I just have to cover these. It has my names. So what I did this year is I had this brown insert which I've kept my hands on, and I wanted to use it with the proper notebook. So I got this notebook from Midori. Actually, I asked my husband to include this in one of the stationery advent calendar gifts because I knew that the paper quality of this notebook is good. It is slightly on the pricier end. Black Canvas, they make their own notebooks which fit perfectly, by the way, no issues. The only thing is the paper quality is not great, so when I'm writing I don't really enjoy it. And for me, the whole point about writing or using an analog system, putting pen to paper, is to enjoy that experience. And if the writing equipment is not good, or if the paper is not of great quality, then it just doesn't make sense to continue using it. A lot of people don't feel this way. I feel very strongly about it. So I don't mind paying a higher price for a good quality notebook, one that I enjoy writing, because I have pens that I really enjoy using. So the notebook also has to be of that same level. And that's why I got this Midori notebook. It's slightly pricey, like my husband paid about 600 rupees for this. You normally wouldn't spend so much on a journal, but I found it worth it for a couple of reasons, which I'll get into. And I've just added some stickers. I've created layouts for the months. So the reason why I wanted to transition to a smaller notebook is because weekends I don't work, and usually if I buy a dated diary, those pages go to waste. I didn't really enjoy that. And I wanted to have a tiny notebook because I don't really have a lot to document, so the extra space is generally wasted in a bigger planner, which I was using last year, the A5 planner from Neora. A lot of space is getting wasted because there's just not that much to write. So I knew I wanted to go a size lower this year. I wanted to use this leather cover with this, beautiful pocket. It has all this folder space so you can, put in some notes, some receipts, and I've put in stickers. No surprise there, I add like a picture or two here. It's just really cute and customizable, which is what I appreciate about it. And I just spent some time creating these layouts. I love this pastel pink sign pen that I have, so it really adds a lovely pop of color. This I've done with a post-it. I've just cut it to size and then written the month. This is my year at a glance. So I've just included the entire some important events. Again, I don't need much space because there's not that much happening. And here I just added like a catch-all space to write major things for the entire year, which cannot fit in those layouts, or if I want like a complete view of the year, I've just added more space and created this layout. I think it's going to be very useful. And then for the weeks, this is the setup I've created. So every day has one small column, and that's more than enough because I can write in like a thinner pen. And you have slots for the weekend if I want to add anything here, or I could just spill over. If there's more to write for one day, I could just spill in to the next column, and that's the beauty of it. A lot of space is not wasted, pages are not wasted, and that makes more sense to me. There's also one extra block which I've left as a note space to carry on anything to the next week in case I need it. And I've already created all the weeks layouts. It's basically 2 lines per page, so it didn't take much time. And then I numbered the weeks just for my knowledge. There are 53 weeks in 26, so I've created like 53 pages. It did take some time. It was not super quick because I did it all at once, but probably you can do it in less than an hour if you want to. And so I said that there's a few reasons why I chose this notebook. One is because the quality of paper is really good. Even when writing, it doesn't feel scratchy. The ink feels nice on it, and it's just like a smooth writing experience. I like that. The other thing is the book lays flat. So if you've not noticed that by now, whatever page you open to, it stays put. It doesn't rise up. So that is also very important when you're writing. Like, that was one of my complaints about the mini planner Alicia launched, which I bought thinking it's a good size, but then it would never lay flat, and you have to like grip it down, put your hand, put a clip, put your elbow. You have to do a lot of things just to write, and I don't think that makes for like good note taking. So the good selling point about this book is that you can just, it lays flat, and this is a new page, but still it's pretty flat. If I'm writing like this, the page doesn't really come up so much, and even towards the center, like it's flat. Even over here, it's flat. So that's what I wanted, a notebook that lays flat, because that's important to me. And the other reason to move into this kind of a system is because though I do need like a weekly layout to jot down tasks and have that weekly view, I also need a lot of space to have notes just for some meetings, brainstorming, ideating, things like that. And in the dated planner that I was using from Neora, they have a few extra pages, but it's not enough. So I would end up using the weekend dates, making use of those pages. It's not the worst thing, but it wasn't ideal. And there were still a lot of pages going to waste because sometimes I don't have to write all that much. And having like this combination of the weekly layout where you can jot down tasks and a lot of blank pages. So there are about 25 to 30 pages available here where it's just empty. I could note down things, brainstorm stuff, plan, just long form writing. I think that makes this system really great. It's very flexible. If for any reason I need more pages, then I could just add another insert here. So that's the beauty of this type of notebook. You just add whatever insert you want. It comes off like this. You can just pull it off, and then you can slot it back in, or you can replace it, and it goes in pretty easily. Yeah, so this also comes with a back pocket where I've added, if anybody wants to guess, more stickers. So yeah, you can, like, if you want to make it more functional, and let's say you store receipts or you want to keep some money, there's a lot of uses for this type of format. Like, you could put this in your bag and then keep your cards in it, keep money in it, just make it very functional. So your cards would essentially go here. So I think definitely it's a good purchase if you want to get something like this from the black canvas. And then of course I had a tiny sticker book which I got, I think somewhere in 24. I love using it. It has so many things. I've also added some stickers from the ones I've created, and it's just like a nice portable thing. So this is going to be my work planner. Even with this extra chunk added, it still lays flat, and it's not really like, it's not protruding or it's not irritating me when I'm writing. I already used it for the first week and I'm pretty happy with the setup. And the other changes that I've done, I had this silly thing from Lilo and Stitch which I wasn't using. It's a long story. Anyway, I added a bookmark here if I wanted, and just some numbers that I was collecting, random things. And this is the pen loop I got for this year's Neoras planner, which I was not planning to use in my Filofax anyway, so it kind of worked well. It fits, it stuck on this leather cover really nicely, and it's not exactly matching. I should have thought about it and probably picked a better color, but it doesn't look all that odd anyway, so it's fine. I've just added like a Muji pen that I'm using with the 0.5 refill, and it's pretty good. So that's my lineup for this year. Notebooks that I'm using. This is the one for my work planner, which is only for work and nothing else. And this is my personal and content planner. So between the two, like they're separate, completely separate use cases. There won't be any overlap. It's just easier. And compared to last year's system, I think this is going to be super duper comfortable to use, just because I can do long form writing in this, do some planning in this for my personal life or my business, whatever needs to be done. And with this I can just keep it specific to work, but also make it like cute and in a size that I like. So I'm very happy to use this. I'll do an updated video of this in March or April, just to show what has changed. Is the system working, or if I've made any improvements. So thank you so much for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more such videos, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Have a nice day.